Welcome to episode 1 of finding the best egg tarts in the world. Starting off this series, I'm here in Portugal to try the original authentic pastel de nata. I'm here in a small shop called Confeitaria Bom Jardim in Porto, and I got their pastel de nata. I'd give this a solid 8 out of 10 for its super crunchy, flaky, buttery, crispy base with a creamy vanilla custard inside. Here is what a bite would sound like. It has a very nice balance of sweetness and no overpowering flavor. It's a great first egg tart in Porto. I also love that I can taste the caramelized char top. It adds more depth and flavor to the entire tart. Bonus round, I also got this eclair. This was amazing. It has a hazelnut cream on top that is light and very hazelnut forward. The inside is rich and creamy. It's also kind of light, a light vanilla custard. Overall, really good. Welcome to episode 2 of finding the best egg tart in the world. I am here at Aliança Cafe in Porto, Portugal, who self-proclaims to have the best custard tart in Porto. Let's see if it's true. This egg tart was different from the first in that the custard cream inside had a coconut taste to it. It was still light and creamy, ASMR crunch break, but it had an entirely different flavor profile. It has a flaky, crispy pastry base, but I did like episode 1 spot better, 7.5 out of 10. Welcome to episode 3 of finding the best egg tart in the world. Today I'm here at Natas Duro in Porto, Portugal, who only sells pastel de natas. They sell a bunch of different flavors from traditional to cod, lemon, and chocolate. I tried the port wine flavor. So far in Porto, I have to say this is my favorite. It was the crispiest, flakiest, crunchiest egg tart I've ever had. I mean, just listen to this. It was such an amazing texture and bite, and I'll definitely be going back to try the original and other flavors. The port wine was light and didn't really have a strong wine taste at all. It was creamy, not too sweet, and had a rich vanilla flavor. Bonus ASMR, courtesy of my mom. Welcome to episode 4 of finding the best egg tart in the world. Today I am at Tupi in Porto, Portugal. They sell other pastries, but I went in for the pastel de nata. I was so disappointed by this one. This has to be the worst one I've had in Porto so far. It was not crunchy at all, almost like a soggy, dense base, not even like a cookie base. It was just so underwhelming. I wish I could say that the custard cream made up for it, but it didn't. The flavor wasn't there and it just wasn't tasty. 2 out of 10. Bonus ASMR, no crunch. Welcome to episode 5 of finding the best egg tart in the world. Today I'm at Panaderia Ribeira in Porto, Portugal. It's located right by the University of Porto and they sell a wide variety of full-sized and mini Portuguese pastries. Of course, I had to try their pastel de nata. The egg tart was very nice and flaky and crispy, 8 out of 10. Incoming ASMR break. As I was saying, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 because it's nothing too special, but it was good. Bonus round, I also got a mini carrot cake and croissant. The mini carrot cake was really good. It was light and bread-like with a subtle sweetness. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. And the croissant was alright. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. It had a nice sticky glaze, but it was too bready for my liking. I prefer my croissants to be more airy, but this one was more dense and fluffy-like. More like bread, but it does have a subtle sweet undertone. Stay tuned for the next episode of finding the best egg tart. Welcome to episode 6 of finding the best egg tart in the world. Today I'm at Fábrica de Nata in Porto, Portugal. They specialize in the pastel de nata. It has a crispy and flaky base. I think the custard is what sets it apart from other shops because it had a really nice sweetness. The taste of the custard itself was vanilla-y and creamy with a sweeter flavor. I'd say this one is on par with episode 3's shop, Nata Douro, because it was nice and crispy and had a good cream filling. The custard though is less smooth and more chunky, but it's pretty solid and I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. You can also see the process of them making it in-house. Stay tuned for the next episode of finding the best egg tart. Welcome to episode 7 of finding the best egg tart in the world. Today I'm at Manteigaria in Porto, Portugal, one of the most famous spots for pastel de natas. It's the only thing they sell and is ranked a top spot if you do a Google search. It had a nice flaky, crispy base, but it wasn't as flaky as others I've tried, so there were less folds in the actual puff pastry. Incoming ASMR break. The inside was very creamy with a good sweetness. It was pretty smooth, not chunky, with a good flavor. It was a thicker custard cream, so not as viscous, and you could almost chew it. It had a nice caramelized char on top, so the flavors worked really well. This one is sweeter than others, but would I say it's the best? No. Join me on the next episode to find the best egg tart in the world. Welcome to episode 8 of finding the best egg tart in the world. I'm here at Natafina and this will be my first egg tart in Lisbon. They sell a bunch of different pastries, but I got their pastel de nata. I would rate this one a 7 out of 10 because it was just average. The base isn't as flaky, it's just normal, more chewy than crispy. Incoming ASMR break. The inside is not too sweet, which is nice. It's pretty creamy, but I do have to say it's kind of chunky. Not as smooth with a lighter taste. This one is definitely not the best in the world, so stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 9 of Finding the Best Egg Tart in the World. Today I'm in Lisbon at Confeitaria Nacional to try their pastel de nata. They sell a lot of different pastries that all look really good. This is also one of the spots on the Devour food tour. Their pastel de nata is definitely one of my favorites. I would put this at number 2. The base is super crunchy, flaky, and crispy, but the star of the show is definitely the cream. Incoming ASMR break. The cream is lighter and smooth, it's not chunky, and it has a good balance of sweetness. Bonus round, I also got this lemon eclair. It was very lemony, sour, and creamy. The inside was sweet with a refreshing lemon custard, but it was a bit too lemony for me. I really did like the crackling top on top because it added a bit of crunch and the marshmallow fluff was nice. 7/10 for this one. Confeitaria Nacional made its way to number 2, just under Natas Douro. But is it the best? Stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 10 of Finding the Best Egg Tart in the World. Today I'm at Nata de Lisboa in Lisbon, Portugal. They sell only pastel de natas, and they come in a bunch of different flavors, but I got the traditional. It was pretty good, but nothing too memorable. It was still flaky and crispy with a pretty good custard inside. Incoming ASMR break. But it definitely was not the best. The cream in the inside wasn't as smooth as I'd like it to be. It was kind of chunky, a bit curdly. Not the best in the world, so stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 11 of Finding the Best Egg Tart in the World. Today I'm at Pastelaria Ferrari in Lisbon, Portugal. They only sell different flavors of pastel de nata, so I had to give it a try. I got the mango pastel de nata. I think this is the worst one I've tried in Portugal so far. The base was not crispy at all, it was almost soggy, but the mango cream wasn't too bad. This one was also the most expensive at €2. Definitely not the best in the world, so stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 12 of Finding the Best Egg Tart in the World. Today I'm at the original ranked number 1 spot for pastel de nata in all of Portugal. This is Pastéis de Belém, and there were so many people outside waiting for this pastry. Luckily, I was able to get one without the queue being too long. When I got it, it was still warm, but is it worth all the hype? The crust was nice and flaky and crispy. Bonus ASMR break. But the custard was more eggy. I could taste more of the egg and it wasn't as smooth as other egg tarts. It was pretty good, but I wouldn't say it's the best. I also wouldn't place this in my top 3, but I did enjoy the ratio between cream and crust. Bonus round, I also got a codfish cake. This was average, just like any other codfish cake I've tried. Very coddy, kind of dry. I just think codfish cakes aren't really my thing. So far this is not the best in the world, so stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 13 of Finding the Best Egg Tart in the World. Tucked away in the 5-star Barro Alto Hotel, I'm here at their pasteleria trying their pastel de nata. I have to say this one was actually really good. The base was super crispy and flaky, very crunchy, but what I liked most was definitely the cream. The custard inside was different from all the other egg tarts in that it was more liquidy. ASMR break. Looking back, maybe it was too liquidy, but I liked how it gave no room for chunkiness. It was very smooth. This is definitely one you have to eat in one go because of the liquidiness of the cream, but the custard itself had a good sweetness. I would place the spot at rank 3, just under Natas Douro and Confeitaria Nacional. Since it's still not the best, stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 14 of Finding the Best Egg Tart in the World. Today I'm in Lisbon, Portugal at Castro. They only sell one thing, the pastel de nata. This one was also really good, earning a spot at one of the top 5 ranks in my list. The base was super flaky and crispy and crunchy. I liked the texture of this one. The custard inside was also good. It had a nice balance of sweetness. Incoming ASMR break. It has its own unique taste in that it has a bit of cinnamon. A lot of the other pastel de natas that I've tried do not have cinnamon on the inside. Instead, you would put it on the outside, but I could tell that this one was baked with some cinnamon in the inside. It made it to the top 5, but it's still not the best. Stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 15 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm in Lisbon, Portugal at Sacolina trying their pastel de nata. The pastel de nata was nice and flaky, but the cream was a little bit too eggy for my liking. The custard was also kind of chunky, so I'd give this one a 7 out of 10. Incoming ASMR break. So this one was not really a standout. Bonus round, we also got some sort of corn muffin as well as a chocolate croissant. I really liked the cornbread. It was like a sweet cornbread with a glaze on top. Solid 9 out of 10. The chocolate croissant was also good. The chocolate tasted different from normal chocolate. The bread was airy and light, but the star was definitely the chocolate in the inside. It was crispy on the outside yet soft on the inside. Since this is not the best egg tart in the world, follow me for the next episode. Welcome to episode 16 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm in Sintra, Portugal, trying Alehop's pastel de nata. This one was actually surprisingly good given that Alehop is actually a souvenir and gift shop. It has a pretty flaky and crispy exterior. ASMR break. The custard cream filling was also good. It wasn't chunky, it was pretty smooth, it was thicker, and I like how it was warm, but I wouldn't say it's anything too memorable. Since it's not the best, stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 17 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm in Lisbon, Portugal at Natelier. They sell many different flavors of the Portuguese egg tart, and I got their pastel de nata that was flavored tiramisu. It was essentially just a traditional egg tart, topped with a tiramisu and mascarpone. This one was pretty good. Incoming ASMR break. It had a nice crunchy and flaky base with the creamy custard filling. I'd say this one wasn't too memorable as well, except that the place was very fancy. The inside is a little bit too curdly for my liking. Not the best, so stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 18 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm at Alcoa in Lisbon, Portugal to try their original pastel de nata. This one would actually place among my top ranks. It had a very crispy base. Wouldn't say it's too flaky, but it was very crispy, and the custard cream on the inside was really good. Although the first initial bite was kind of strange. It had notes of ginger, lemon, and cinnamon. Incoming ASMR. The custard is creamy, not chunky, more solid, not liquidy, very biteable. Texture is great, good structure, doesn't fall apart, but it's still not the best, so stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 19 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm in Lisbon, Portugal at Docil. I also got some other items other than their pastel de nata. This one is definitely not the best. It was not very crispy, it was chewier and had a firm base. There was a good amount of sweetness in the cream. ASMR break. It was chewy, not chunky, but it was definitely more structured and not liquidy. I like my egg tarts to be more flaky and crispy and light and almost a bit crumbly. This one was all just too dense. Bonus round, we also got these little cookie things. They're almost like butter cookies. It was very hard. Also got an orange juice. It was refreshing and sweet. And last thing we tried was this butter cake. It was almost like cornbread in a way. It was very dense. Not bad. Anyways, stay tuned for the next episode to find the best egg tart. Welcome to episode 20 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm at my hotel in Lisbon, and I'm trying their pastel de nata. Honestly, my expectations were quite low for this one, but surprisingly, it was pretty good. Incoming ASMR. As you guys heard from the crunch, it was actually quite crunchy, flaky, and crispy. The base was well structured. It has a nice caramelization on the top. Custard itself, though, was not as smooth as I'd like. It was quite chunky, but it had a good sweet flavor. 8 out of 10. Not the best, so stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 21 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm in Lisbon, Portugal at Casa do Licor Pastel de Nata. They not only sell the pastel de nata, but they also sell the pastel de nata liquor. First up is their egg tart. I really like this one. It was super flaky. As you can see, the base was very well structured. ASMR. The custard cream in the inside is not too sweet, it was warm, and this is probably the crispiest one I've had in Lisbon so far. The only thing though is that the custard inside was not the smoothest, it was still a bit chunky. And here I also sampled some of the liquor. It was actually really good. It was sweet, not too strong. I also tried this cherry liquor. I did not like this one. Although this one was good, it was not the best, so stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 22 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm at the airport and I got this free sample. This one was not good. It was not flaky, not crispy. It was very soggy almost. Definitely not the best in the world, so stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 23 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm in Aloma and this is at the airport. This is one of the last Portuguese egg tart places that I will be trying. This one was actually really good. I'd say it's one of my favorites. It was crispy, there's a good base, flaky, very well structured. ASMR. It has a super smooth cream. There's no caramelization on the top. Yeah, the cream is not too sweet. I'd give this an 8.7. It's not too liquidy. There's still structure. Not the best, so stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome to episode 24 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm in Singapore's Changi Airport at Hainan Story. They sell a lot of different things other than the egg tart, but of course I had to try their egg tart just for the series. It was $2.50 or like Sing dollars. I would give this one a 5 out of 10. It's not the best. The base was not crispy nor flaky. It was more of a cookie base. I'm pretty sure there are better cookie bases out there. This one was kind of like a dry, soggy mixture. And the inside is not very eggy, which was nice, but the custard is more of like a vanilla cream. Bonus round, I also tried their butter cake, which was pretty nice actually. I liked it more than the egg tart. I give this one a 7 out of 10, not too dense. It was kind of light and fluffy. Definitely not the best in the world, so follow me for the next episode. Welcome to episode 25 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm at Baki in Indonesia, who proclaims to be the #1 Chinese pastry maker in town. So let's see if that's true. They actually sell more than just the egg tart, things like kaya puff, char siu puffs, and other Chinese pastries, but for the series, of course, I had to try the egg tart. This one gets a 4 out of 10. The base is a pastry crust that was more cookie-like and almost soggy in a way. There was no flaky layered aspect at all. It was very crumbly and not crispy. The custard filling was pretty good though. It was lightly sweetened, not too eggy. It was smooth and glassy, but nothing memorable overall about this egg tart. Bonus round, I also tried their kaya puff. This was actually good, way better than the egg tart. It had a good breading and a good puff pastry. The flaky puff pastry is filled with rich and creamy kaya jam. Definitely not the best in the world, so follow me for the next episode. Welcome to episode 26 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm in Indonesia at Oven Muni. They sell a bunch of different tarts, both sweet and savory, but of course I had to stick with the original egg tart just for this series. I had high hopes for this one because it looked super flaky, but unfortunately it did not live up to the expectations. The base was lacking crispiness and it was more of a soggy texture. I actually don't recall much of the details or the flavor profile of this one, so it's not very notable. The only thing that I remember is that I didn't quite like it. This is definitely not the best egg tart in the world, so follow me for the next episode. Welcome to episode 27 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm in Indonesia at Madame Pai. They sell a bunch of different egg tart flavors like green tea, cream cheese, but I got their original one. I was quite disappointed by this one actually. The outside wasn't crunchy, it was more of a chewy texture. I would give this one a 6 out of 10. Incoming ASMR. Not flaky. The egg custard was quite eggy and more of a chewable custard. It's not like a creamy liquidy base, it's more of a chewy egg custard souffle. Not the best in the world, so follow me for the next episode. Welcome to episode 28 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm in Korea at Yipi, near Korea University. For 2,200 won, I got the original egg tart. They actually sell a bunch of different tarts, but of course for this series I had to try the original. Here in Asia, I haven't been finding as many good egg tarts as I did in Portugal, but I was pleasantly surprised with this one. It had a good flakiness, a good crispy base, and good structure. There's also vanilla bean on the bottom. Nice, sweet, slightly eggy. Incoming ASMR. This one was actually really good. I'd give this one a 9 out of 10. It was very crispy, flaky, crunchy, not too crumbly. It had a good taste, good custard on the inside. Definitely more of a solid custard rather than a liquidy custard because it's something you can bite, but that was really good as well. I love the vanilla aspect on the bottom. Could this be a candidate for number 1? Follow me for the next episode. Welcome to episode 29 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm at Ellie's Pie in South Korea. I stumbled upon this little bakery as I was trying to find a restaurant for lunch, and I saw that there was a long line, so I had to queue up. Of course, I tried their original egg tart. They sell a bunch of different other variations, but unfortunately, this one wasn't good. Definitely not the best. It was almost soggy in a way. It wasn't flaky, not crispy, not crunchy. The layers were not there. The custard wasn't even anything special. Definitely not the best in the world, so follow me for the next episode. Welcome to episode 30 of Finding the World's Best Egg Tart. Today I'm at Lord Stowe's Bakery in Osaka, Japan. They have an original egg tart for 320 yen, but they also sell a variety of different flavors. Of course, I got the original. This bakery seems to be pretty serious about their egg tarts. They even have a manual describing every feature of it. Starting with the base, it was very nicely layered, very crispy and crunchy, nice flaky layers, good puff pastry, and I loved the inside custard as well. It wasn't too eggy, which was very nice. It had a subtle vanilla taste as well. Incoming ASMR. It's not liquid. The egg tart was structured nicely, so it wasn't too crumbly and didn't fall apart upon first bite. The custard is more solid rather than runny. Overall, this one gets an 8. It was good and memorable, but I wouldn't say this is the best, so follow me for the next episode.